everyone, Amanda here. You're watching Booked with Amanda, and I'm here to talk books with you. I'm back with my weekly update. You may have noticed that last week I didn't post a weekly update, and that's basically because I read 40 pages in 10 days. I want to be open and honest on my channel, and I will let you know that I do suffer from some mental health issues, mainly anxiety and depression. So I have been having a little bit of a stormy period over the last couple of weeks, and basically that's a kind of translated into me not reading anything. I've pretty much just been doing the necessities of life, taking care of the kids, taking care of myself, just trying to get through. So I am feeling a lot better, and I am starting to get back into reading again. I have kind of had the clouds lifting a little bit the last few days, so I've gotten a few books finished, and I'm going to share those with you. So let's get to it. First off, I finished Human Acts by Han Kang, and this book is about a young man, teenager, Dong Ho, who is, we're kind of following his story through the 1980 Gwangju uprising and massacre that happened. And it follows him and also those around him and through many time periods. So obviously 1980 is where it starts, and then it kind of progresses throughout the years. And this is a very sad, very just haunting book. I mean, this is not something that's abnormal in our world, even today. And to think that it is just heartbreaking. So I do think the only problem with this book is because it is not native to the English language, it does lose a little bit in the translation. And I don't know if that could be helped with a different translator or if it's just the language difference. But I gave it a 4-star. I really, I don't want to say enjoyed it, but I did. It was incredible and haunting and sad. And I just, to think that people go through these things, you know, it really puts your luck and your life into perspective about, you know, how easy we have it realistically, you know. So not to undermine, obviously everyone has their own thing, but you really kind of feel blessed that you don't have to deal with things like that for the most part. And yeah, I highly recommend. It was really, really good. Han Kang actually, she lived in a house where Dong Ho moved into after she and her family had left. And I can't remember how she found out about him, but then she decided to kind of write his story. She got permission from his relatives to do so. And she just kind of wanted to tell like the average teenager story from back then. And not just teenager, but anyone that was involved in that uprising, just, you know, what had happened. Because I think that is something that is probably not discussed a lot, I imagine. I'm not 100% familiar with it, but I do want to look more into that because that's kind of a period of history. I think I've heard about it, but I don't really know much about it. So anyway, next I read Musa Maki by Junji Ito. This is about the town of Karuzu-cho. It is a coastal town in Japan that is cursed by spirals. And so basically, this is manga. I think it ends up being 3 volumes and like 18 or 19 chapters. Every chapter, for the most part, is a different story that ties back into the spiral curse. The first 2 chapters kind of introduce you to what's going on, and then the last, I think, 4 maybe or so, kind of tie the story all up together. And the conclusion, I gave this a 4.5 star because I loved it. I just loved it. The only problem I had was the ending, which I didn't love, but I 100% agree with and appreciate, which is strange. but it's not the neatly tied up perfect ending, if that makes sense. But it 100% works with this story. This manga is disturbing and sometimes disgusting, and I loved it. I had a hard time putting it down. I think I read this in a couple days, and it's pretty hefty. It's 600 and almost 50 pages, I think. So I really enjoyed it. It was amazing. I highly recommend it if you like horror, even if you're not really into mangas, because it was pretty good. Gory and disturbing. You can't get much better than that, right? Anyway, so my third book I read this week was The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. That's the second Percy Jackson novel. And this one follows Percy like Hogwarts is year 2. This is kind of Percy's year 2 at Camp Half-Blood. And something bad happens to Thalia's tree, which protects Camp Half-Blood. And so basically him and his friends have to go and try and find something that will help to cure her tree so that Camp Half-Blood can be protected from the monsters. It was good. I think I gave it a 4-star. Like, it's a solid middle grade fantasy novel. It's entertaining. I find it hard to put down. It's a really quick read for me. And it's just, it's like the American Harry Potter, I guess, right? Plus Greek gods minus Voldemort. That's the best way I can describe it, I guess. Anyway, I thought it was awesome. Highly recommend it to children, even adults. Like I said, I flew through it, no problem. It was entertaining, and I didn't fly through it because I didn't like it. I actually really liked it. I read it like one morning. I just devoured it. So I am definitely continuing with that storyline, Percy Jackson, because why not? It's quick, fun, something I can get through, no problem. Anyway, so that's what I read this week. I am currently reading Once and Future. I do not recall the names of the authors. There's 2 authors, and I do apologize for that. But I will have a picture of the title, the cover page here, so you'll see that there. Basically, that's the group read for the Bingoathon, and that was like half of my prompts. So I'm only 60% of the way through that book, and therefore I did not complete Bingoathon. Oh well, such is life. But Musa Maki was the other half of my prompt, so I did get halfway through. And I am still working on Game of Thrones, although not really actively working through it because I have not been reading much. So I've been trying to put my reading energy into things that I really want to get accomplished for this month. I do still have 2 more books left. Because I kind of went through that little cloudy period, I'm trying to read things that I want to read as opposed to things that not that I don't want to read those books, but I kind of like have to because of the Asian Readathon. So am I gonna finish that? I don't know. I will say I'm putting it out there right now to hold myself accountable. I'm not doing a readathon in June, and I'm not doing a readathon in July. I'm taking a break. I want to go to my TBR shelf and I want to just pick a book and read it based on my mood, because traditionally I am a mood reader. I'm not really a TBR person. So yeah, that's kind of going to be my self-care for June and July, is read whatever the hell I want. And then obviously in August are the newts, so that's gonna be a hefty month for me, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching today. I did blabber on a little bit because I think I'm a little rusty with my filming. It's been a little while. I did post my TBR for the Bingoathon, but like I filmed that ahead of time, so I don't think I filmed in a couple weeks or more. Anyway, thanks for watching today. Have a great week, and I will talk to you all again next weekend. Bye.